Every classical guitarist is so obsessed with technical exercises, but honestly, I believe you only need a handful of them to significantly transform your playing. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exercises that covers most of the basic guitar techniques and will give you the ability to solve these type of situations when they come up in actual pieces. These are the exact same exercises I'm teaching to my private students, but I'm also using them as a professional. Let's chunk it up into two big piles of exercises: the right hand or picking hand related exercises and the left or fretting hand related ones. We are going to start with the right hand. The first one is a little right hand balancing exercise. So what we are trying to do is to bring each finger up on the same picking level, same speed, same strength by doing repetitive picking and fast and slow sequences. Fast and slow sequences. Oh my god, this was difficult. So, pick a string, for example G. I'm gonna put the thumb on the 6th string, and with I and M finger I'm going to play repetitive patterns. And when I'm picking fast, I'm trying to be strong and really accurate. And while I'm playing the slow sequences, I'm trying to calm down and relax my fingers and release the tension of my hand. Okay, this is very simple, but when you try to do it with M and A, it starts to become a little bit more challenging. When you already feel comfortable with this exercise, you can move on to the next one, which is going to be a string changing exercise. It's going to be super useful to prepare scales, for example. Now, it's going to be simple. We are picking with our I and M finger first. Let me show it slowly. So, one by one, and jump. That's it. You can practice on open strings or you can practice with a chord. Doesn't matter, as long as you are able to focus on the purpose of the exercise, it's fine. Sometimes I add chords from Hall's second method book. I'm going to put this on the screen, but you can do it on open strings if you want to. A really good thing to do, especially if you're just starting out with this exercise, is once you jump up, you prepare the finger you want to use next. Let me show you. See? So I put down the finger I'm going to use next. On the string, I'm going to pick next. So this is where I start the next sequence from. And I put it down. Put down. Preparing the first note of the new sequence is a really easy way to teach accuracy to your body and to your hand. Think about this. If you are certain about the first note of each sequence, it's more likely that you are going to play the exercise successfully, right? Now again, it's not very difficult to do it with I and M fingers, but The whole point of this exercise is to balance the hand and to improve the skills, in general with each finger combinations. So you have to repeat it with I am, MA, and IA combinations. Another super important exercise which we tend to ignore but is just really helpful in so many pieces is voice highlighting or melody highlighting. So it's going to be another open string exercise. I'm gonna pick the upper 3 strings and the 6th one, like this. Open strings, very simple. So you're picking a chord. What you are going to try to focus on is to play them very evenly, so all strings at once. This is fairly simple, right? So if this is working well for you, you can move on to the next step, which is going to be to determine one string which you want to emphasize or highlight. And you are working on highlighting that one single note. Let me show you. I want to bring out the top string. So I'm trying to pick the top string a bit more strongly, with a bit of a deeper pick, a deeper touch, and I try to emphasize that string. So let's say we play 4 of each. 4 chords highlighting the top string, 4 highlighting the B string, 4 with the G string, and 4 with the low E string. And then we're moving back. Now what I kind of forgot to tell you is that between each picking, you have to relax your hand entirely. You have to let go of all the stress, all the tension you have in your hand. And that's how you're going to prepare your right hand to the next movement, to the next chord. Okay, it's very, very important. The next technique I want to cover is arpeggio, because that's pretty often in classical guitar repertoire, right? So I'm going to show you my favorite one, which is inspired by Carlevaro. So in the left hand, I'm going to put down my fingers one by one to F sharp, C, A, and D sharp. Like that. Okay, so 4, 2, 3, and with the right hand I'm going to have the following. So 6, 3, 2, 1, and back. See, so the upper pattern is the same, and after each sequence my thumb jumps up one string until the D string, and then it goes back. And the reason I love this exercise so much is that you can play it in a never-ending loop. So what I'm going to do is once I'm finished with one full sequence, I'm going to jump one fret up. So the thing is, once you feel tense and pressure in your hand, what you have to do is to start to pick quietly, more quietly, try to lay back a little bit, try to release the tension of your hands. And once you feel good again, you can increase the intensity of your picking. really not my strength, but I believe that if I invest time into improving it, it's going to benefit to my classical repertoire, and it's going to be some Rasgado picking, some Rasgado technique. I'm practicing Rasgado not because I want to play flamenco music or because I'm playing strumming patterns in my repertoire. I'm doing it to strengthen my hand, my right hand in general. The exercise is gonna be very simple. Do a thumbs up and put your fingers into your palm and hold against the fingers a little bit with the palm here. Like imagine that you want to flick, but you just hold against it with your palm, and you put your thumb still while doing the thumbs up. You put it on the 6th string. Now you can't really do this with flat wrist, so make sure to raise your wrist a little bit even higher than what you usually do while you play classical guitar repertoire. So just raise it. You still have the thumbs like this, and then starting from the pinky, flick the strings one by one. And after flicking, relax your fingers. And starting over again. Be aware not to overstretch or overexhaust your hands, and once you start to feel some tension, stiffness, or even pain, stop the exercise. This is a little bit of a high risk, high reward exercise, but it really helps me to improve my right hand strength. The flick has to be really strong and sharp and quick and very crispy to get the results you need. But right after doing the flick or the pick or the kick or whatever you want to call it, you have to release the tension of your hand in order to avoid potential injuries. Now the last basic technique for the right hand which you need to significantly improve is tremolo picking. And I have like 6 videos about tremolo on my channel, and I have a 25-minute long full guide where I explain basically everything you need to know about tremolo. In this other video, I'm gonna link that one at the end of this video. But to just talk about tremolo here too in 30 seconds, let me tell you this: the most powerful thing that really improved my tremolo was practicing it with planting. And if you're not familiar with planting, it's a technique when you prepare the finger you want to use next on the string which you want to pick next. So instead of picking from the air, you put down your finger just 1 microsecond earlier. I'm gonna show you an example now. Let's say I'm picking a tremolo pattern on the high E string. E, A, M, I. This is going to be my pattern. Okay, this is what I do. So instead of just repeating it from thin air, let's do the planting. After I pick with my thumb, I immediately jump and put down the ring finger on the string, like this. And after I use my ring finger, I put down my middle finger. And the same with the I and P finger. So this is planting, but this is super exhausting. So how do we avoid to get really tired during this exercise? Now, the way to do it is very similar to the first exercise, having quick and slow sequences. Over time, as your tremolo improves and you get more confident, you will be able to play more sequences or more fast sequences with less slow sequences. And ultimately that's the goal, to be able to play fast tremolo for a longer time, right? But what you have to keep in mind is to do this planting very, very softly and very effortlessly. So when you put down your fingers on the string, don't press the strings, don't push it, just gently place it on the string 1 microsecond earlier than you actually need to use the string. I'm really sorry for not dedicating more time to tremolo in today's video, but you can find tremendous amount of tremolo talk on my channel, check it out, and I'm going to link something in the description down below too. Now you probably know everything you need to know, so you definitely don't want to watch this video about my favorite left hand exercises and to learn my secret how I can play basically any chords with my baby hands, right? Of course you do want to know, so click on this video and see you there.